Delighted to say I'm joined by Eoin Murphy, who this weekend will be playing for Glenmore against Lisdowney in the semi-finals of the Kilkenny Intermediate Championship. A club on the way back, Eoin. All-Ireland champions in 91, Leinster champions in 90 and 1995, last Kilkenny senior in 1999. Do you get the feeling you're a club on the way back?
How are you, Shane? Thanks for having me. Look, I suppose, the last couple of years we've been playing at a very high level in underage, and I think it's very important that you do have that sort of conveyor belt coming through, and that constant conveyor belt as well, that there's no gap in any generations and stuff. And look, we have a number of players. Eoin Byrne is one in particular who has come in as playing on the team, and he was minor last year with Kilkenny, play corner forward, wing forward, and he's very, very good. And next year now we'll have a couple of another 4 or 5 players at the very least from this year's minor team will be coming on and as well. So look, I think it's important that we're obviously blooding them in, and I suppose retaining our intermediate status then as well has gone so competitive, as you can see with Ballyragget being relegated there this year. And then hopefully, look, with a bit of luck and maybe how things are going, you might make a step up to senior. But look, the underage teams in the club are doing very, very well, thankfully.
I was asking a couple of Kilkenny people about Glenmore and what sort of club they are, and great club, same as many others. But one thing they were telling me about is the telephone wires that used to go across the pitch when you play hurling.
We've got rid of that pitch now. We've got rid of that pitch, yeah. So when we were younger, there used to be, don't ask me how they got planning for it or anything like that, but there used to be sort of, but not just a single line, there was a double line, so obviously it's twice the chance of hitting it. But you'd be playing your underage game, and you'd be calling wire, the ball would belt off the wire, and the ref would have to throw in the ball wherever it lands. So regardless whether you were in attack or defending, that was it, the ref threw in the balls. But it used to be chaotic, so at least when we were playing challenge games, if you didn't have an appointed referee, they might just say, sure, play on, so we sort of half expecting it hit the wire and you get over that. So it used to work out great in our favour. But no, listen, the last couple of years we've I still refer to it as a new setup. We're in it about 10 or 11 years now at this stage, but look, a serious place, a couple of mile away from it, the other side of the main road. And look, again, with the young lads, it's unbelievable the facilities they have that we didn't have when we were younger. So they don't realise how lucky they are. We went through the hardship of the 90s playing with the wires.
You were obviously too young for that All-Ireland in 1991, were you, to remember that? You were probably only a baby.
I was.
Yeah.
I was, yeah. So, look, I remember the county finals in 95 and 99, and I remember Burr beat us 99 Leinster semi-final, I think it was, above in Dr. Cullen Park. I'm nearly sure it was at the quarter-final. I don't know, but they had that sort of that core of Burrs, what did they go, 4 or 5 in a row, I think it was, of All-Ireland club titles were coming along at that stage, the Hanafis, the Whelans, all those boys. Look, you remember those of fun times, I suppose. Great times for the clubs. We are a small parish. We would have our pick comes from a small pool of players, but proud of our tradition, obviously the history, and hopefully we can get back up there in the next couple of years, back up to senior status.
And Willie and Eddie O'Connor, 2 All-Ireland winning captains within the one club, that's fairly special to have.
Yeah, definitely so. And there's a photo actually at home. I'm not too sure where it's gone. We used to have it in our living room, I'm pretty sure, but there was 5 players involved in the 93 All-Ireland, I think it was, the year before, the 92 All-Ireland. So you had Liam Welsh, Michael Titchfield, and Eddie and Willie, obviously, and Christy Heffernan as well. So look, it was probably unheard of a small club at that time having 5 players on the county team, and 5 of them were playing and vital roles as well.
Yeah, and a couple of years ago you won a junior All-Ireland, beating Owen Rua of Derry in the final 2-8 to 12 points. Must have been fairly special doing that, Croke Park, big occasion.
Yeah, definitely so. Getting to play in Croke Park is, look, it's special, like, regardless whether it's with your club or, well, sorry, with the county, I think, look, obviously it's the pinnacle of things, some might feel, but I think getting there with your club, like, it's so, I don't know, like, it's lads you went to school with, you grew up with. I had obviously a number of brothers on the team, and yeah, just there was something different about, like, a lot of the lads on the team hadn't got to experience that before, and I've been very, very lucky to be there a number of times, but yeah, it was a great occasion. And look, unfortunately, we didn't go through great times, I suppose, in terms of, look, a couple of tragedies and a couple of things happened in the club at that time, and one of them was quite close to the All-Ireland final. And so, look, I suppose we didn't get to celebrate it as much as you would think that teams winning a Club All-Ireland would do so. But it was a tough time, but I just think those games and just allowed people to maybe forget about what was happening for that 60, 70 minutes, do you know what I mean? That they could think about something else apart from what was going on outside of it. So it was great. Look, it was phenomenal. And yeah, look, you see the success that Kilkenny club teams have had since they come out of the Kilkenny Championship. So it's great that you can sort of showcase that on a national platform. It's a pity this year that the club scene is not rolling into an inter-county club scene and then into an All-Ireland club scene, because they are great games. And even, Shane, you've seen it from last year from Bursley with Paddy being involved and stuff like that, like, just how much it can bring together the community, and I suppose how things can take off then as well, and what it do for the underage setups as well, just getting those younger players involved and seeing what they can actually experience if they do get to that level.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, like, you've your own brother.
And even more so with Kula. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've had phenomenal success there, winning 2 in a row, and I'm not so sure how many Leinsters, whatever, you won in a row as well. But just, you see the support that they were getting, the younger fellas going to that, but like, that does huge things. It does, look, the coaches, don't get me wrong, they do unheard of work, and they do back-breaking work and stuff like that for nothing, for the love of the game and for the club and stuff like that. But I think when your little team gets on that type of a run, I just think it sort of revigorates the whole thing, and it just electrifies the whole club scene, and it brings everybody together really close. So we were no different at that time.
Without doubt. Do you enjoy playing outfield for the club? Because, so often everyone just associates you with the number 1 jersey with Kilkenny.
Yeah, I love it. It's like, I suppose I get the best of both worlds. And, I know we've had numerous discussions over the last couple of years, and we spoke about, maybe the sort of potential of playing outfield with Kilkenny. And I think that's sort of long gone now with a couple of years. But look, yeah, it's great that I can get to sort of get a run out the field. And even more so this year, Shane, to be honest, because, like, with the way the club scene is run, like, it's in a block, and, the game sort of, it's a club season, and I was finding it hard, I suppose, to come back and to perform at a really high level with the club if I was only given a week to sort of prep for that. I just felt I wasn't being sharp enough in a lot of the club games the last couple of years, and performing at a level that I needed to be, and sort of being a leader there as well, the fact that you're on an inter-county team. So this year it's great that I'm getting I suppose a run at things, and look, thankfully then as well, touch wood, I'm in clean bill of health and stuff so far. So look, hopefully that will last as well.
And it's come up a couple of times on screen there, your Twitter name, @OwenScruff. Is Scruff your nickname, and where did it come from?
Yeah. So I got that from secondary school. It was actually my older brother James who had the nickname Scruff, and mine just stuck through college and down in WIT. And yeah, actually more so I spent 2 years in DIT in Dublin, and I lived with boys who I went to school with in secondary school. So it sort of stuck there, and it's it spread. And yeah, look, I suppose lads would refer to me as that on the pitch, and not so much off the field, I suppose. You'd have the odd person who call you Scruff, all right, off the pitch. It's funny, all right, yeah. And you see some of the younger lads that might follow you on Instagram or whatever will call you Scruff, and their parents would be sort of looking at them funny, wondering what the hell are they calling me. So it's funny, but yeah, it stuck with a good while, all right.